Imagine, just guys, just imagine a second, getting 4x more money in just 30 minutes a day. And yes, there are things, big claims that you hear about every day, like, oh yeah, I've heard that thing all over, like make the money fast. That's not gonna happen, Gabriel. Well, there are sure ways, surefire ways that if you build them enough, you are assured that you can 10x your revenue today. In fact, that can even be 40% of your whole revenue, of your whole income, if you do it correctly. Would you want to learn more about this? Stay tuned until the end of what I gotta say, because it's going to be incredibly important. And if you understand and do that mind shift, you shift that focus in that area of your business, is going to change everything forever. So make sure you listen, you take notes, and that you stay until the end, because I got some gold for you. You got to understand first this thing. Focus on putting all the traffic, everything that you get, whether it's coming from ads, from people that you build relationship with, from events, whoever you are putting and you are earning as a lead, you should always put them, always, into the traffic that you own. What is the traffic that you own, you may ask? Traffic that you own is your list, your email list, people that you can contact directly. And those are extremely important, especially your email list and your text message list. Why is that? Because it happened to me one day. One day I was like on my Instagram, all pretty cool, and somebody messaged me and sent me a strange message. And you know, your boy Gabriel always like to help some people. That's why we're doing this show. So I was like, okay, I'm going to help you. And the things that this person asked me to help was, you know, a bit strange. But I know like this person was belonging to a group of people I frequent a lot. So I was like, hey, you know what? Like I had my defenses down. The thing is that account was hacked. And when I actually tried to help the person, I was hacked as well. And I went into that journey to, guys, I kid you not, I was like, I had to battle 6 fucking hours with that guy, trying to get that account back, struggling to get it, finally getting it after 3 hours, to only then figure out that, well, this guy had activated a process that made him actually get the account again. So I was still going at it again, like still stuck at it. Then I didn't give up. I was going to rest in order to make sure the next day was even better. So I had some energy to tackle that guy and make sure it doesn't do any damage. Because the thing is, those guys, they get your account and then they affect other people. They hack other people's. And I didn't want them to do that with my brand. That's something that big no, nothing is going to happen like that. Nothing is going to happen with that account. So I went to sleep, sleep, not a lot. And I went at it again. And for 3 other hours, I went in and I went at it and I win that motherfucker. And when I finally got my account back, everything was okay. No damages were done. But the thing I realized a big aha moment. I was like, shit, I lost access to my customers. I was prospecting at that time. I was getting some questions answered to actually grow my list as well. And I lost access to those people. I lost access to my customer base. I wasn't able to talk to them. And that prevented me to achieve the result that I wanted, to help people, to get more customers, and to grow my business. So from this point, I promised myself that I was going to focus 100% of my time on growing my customer list, because that was going to be the thing that will be helping me in the future to not have any situations like that again. It happened also to me sometimes with like Facebook shutting down for 1 hour. You don't know why, or Instagram, the same thing. Like it can happen every time. The thing is, you cannot have that thing happening if you want to have constant flow of business. You need certainty into all the areas of your business to predict revenue, to make sure that, hey, I know that is going to happen. I know that I'm going to have some money coming in at the end of the month. I know that because I do these things, I'm going to have that certain ROI. You need to be certain of those things. And the only way to have that certainty, especially with online marketing, which is like an evergreen, like not an evergreen space, but always changing, fluctuating space where everything that you just learned today may be totally different the next day. The more it goes and the more it's like that, you got to have some things, some foundations that you know you're going to be able to count on all the time. Because if you don't have this and your business is solely focused on the thing of the moment, you're going to struggle to keep it up. It's going to win you ultimately, and you're going to be forced to learn all the things that you need to maintain in order all the time. And as I told you, it's going to win you at some point, and you're going to get at some point when you're not going to be able to talk to those customers. So make sure that you build your list. That's extremely important. And to do that, one of the first things that you need to have in mind is that your goal is not to get traffic. Your goal is to get traffic into traffic that you own. That's the only goal and the reason why you get traffic, not to bring some traffic to your page. Yes, that's one of the other goals that you got. But the first thing is that, okay, capturing them, making sure I get their addresses so I can put them in my own customers list. Now, second thing that you got to understand, whenever you got those people, whenever you build that, like that list, something that you need to make sure is that you don't have a big number, because big numbers, like big size matters. Yes, but what matters most is relationship, especially the relationship that you build with your customers. Why relationship does matters in those kind of things? Because I see a lot of businesses that are like, oh, relationship is BS, like we got to focus on conversion sales only, and like the relationship is not something that we need to focus on. I'm with you. I understand what you mean by that. The thing is, a list that you have a lot of relationship with people that appreciate you, what are they going to do? They're going to open your emails more frequently. So they're going to click on your links more frequently because they're going to believe you. They're going to make sure that, hey, I know this guy and I believe in that person. He's doing that thing. Great. I'm hooked. Let's check it out. You're going to get more sales ultimately. So if your goal is to get more sales and to get more raving fans that are going to be with you, whatever happens, and that you're going to be able to help along the way, you got to make sure that you build a relationship with those customers, with that list. That's the first thing that you need to do whenever you put them to your list. You get a sequence of a few emails to build out a relationship, welcoming them into your world. That's number one thing that you need to do. Then after this, whenever you make them come into your list, that's a sequence that you put them, depending on which funnel that you put them on. Let's say you put them into an offer, a specific offer about a product number one. Then the way you're going to build a relationship is something that's kind of that's bonded with product number one. If that's in another funnel, you're going to have another sequence with the same goal, building that relationship up, but the email is going to be a bit different because it's going to be attached to the thing that about product two. That's the thing that you need to do. But after you add those specific email sequences to build that relationship up, next thing you got to do is that you could put them into broadcast sequence. What is a broadcast sequence? A broadcast sequence is basically a sequence where you send the same email to everybody, basically a newsletter. That's the kind of thing. But you gotta understand that sending the emails to this newsletter is like one of the most important things that's going to bring you as much business as possible. You gotta really wrap your hand around that, because that's extremely important. And how many emails should you send? Well, you should send at least one email a day, at least, bare minimum. And you're not going to bother people. Yes, some of them are going to unsubscribe, but those are the people that were not hooked enough by you. So you got to tweak maybe your front end funnel a bit. You got to make sure you build that relationship up better. But the thing is, you're going to always have, you can be so good at it, even the best in the world, you're going still to have people that will drop off on your list. That's normal. That's 100% normal. The thing is now, what's going to happen with the people that stay, they will become even more like connected to you, to what you're doing, and all those things. And what's interesting is that even if they didn't really bought something right now, but they still keep in your list, oftentimes you're going to see like 6 months later, 1 year, 2 years later, they may buy other things from you. And that's oftentimes what happens. And you can only have those opportunities with your list, always having that stable income. And what's important is that people buy whenever they need an answer to a product. And because they are already into your universe, like they have some kind of interest into what you're doing. You see what I mean? The thing is, maybe it's not the right time. 50% of the buyers that are checking out your product and your offers are not ready to buy your product yet. The thing is, when you have that email list, like making sure they remember again and again and again that you are the best and that you are the person, okay, build a relationship with that guy, he or she is the best in that area. Whenever they need something, they're like, oh, this is the day, I need that thing handled. The first person they're going to think about is you. And that's the thing that just happened. Like today, I just got an email from a guy that I really like built relationship, that he really did a great job building a relationship with me. And I didn't really need something until like 2 or 3 days ago. checked out the email. I was like, "Hood." I was, oh, curious. What is it? Didn't even really like read the email. Just read like I was curious about what it was. Went to the landing page and man, like he got me. He got me. And what I mean, so that's what happens. The thing is, if the guy wasn't sending me emails daily, I wouldn't be able to get that thing and bought that product. No, they're upgrading me and all that. They got me. But the thing is, it's pretty efficient, and you really have to have that foundation as your focus in your business. That's extremely important.